Welcome to the Burn Bright Today podcast with Jennifer Marcinelli, bringing you a holistic healing revolution. Healing is about self-care and seeking help when you need it. Stay tuned as Jennifer shares tools such as diamond and gemstone therapy, mindset, and practical steps to work through your journey. Healing takes patience and actionable steps. Jennifer knows, she's lived it, and so have her clients. You can go from stress, burnout, chronic pain, and illness to burning bright and living a life you dream.
Hey, burn brighters and light workers everywhere across the Total Transformation Network. I am so excited to be with you here from Houston today. Riding shotgun with me is my partner in crime, Dr. Pat Baccili. So I'm so glad, baby. And so anyone from Houston or anyone from Texas knows that the most esteemed, highest seat in the automobile is to ride shotgun. And it's you and me, baby. We're doing it today.
Yeah.
And whole show is about blessings for burnout and time for double new beginnings. So what do you think about that, sister?
I think that what we're talking about today is a message for everybody out there. And, this is this time where we can take a look at our past and we can look at the last 6 months. And certainly there have been pain. We're not going to say that, but something has shifted as of today. And, whether you want to talk about astrology, fifth dimension, numerology, happy 21st, because energy started to shift a week ago. But today you've got a very special show for us, and I love what you've put together. Let's start with why you and I are like at the energy. Energy of the, can I just say, in your words, this is about accelerated professional execution or executive, whatever you want to call it. This is the time for everyone. It doesn't matter what walk of life you're in, to tap into the energy. Tell us a little bit about why you're fired up about this.
Oh, so first of all, everyone knows you and I have been working together for what, 2.5, 3 years now.
Yeah.
So we've been on the Burn Bright Today show, co-hosting the first 2.5 years together. And it's been this incredible journey of healing and transformation and building the platform and expanding my professional practice as a holistic healer, board certified holistic nurse, starting with burnout, right? And burnout busting. And what's really, really exciting about this is we've just passed over the threshold, if you will. Today is the 21st. So we're in a 21 universal year. It is the 21st century, and today is the 21st. We've got a triple 21 code in June, which is an 11 universal month, the master number of double new beginnings. So we are all starting anew, starting fresh. And for all those, such as you and I, have been doing lots and lots and lots, all of our shadow work, all of our clearing out all of our unwanted energies. And now the light is shining in. And it's our time. It's our time to shine. And I couldn't even be more excited about this. It feels so good.
One of the things that you and we've talked about a lot in the last year, and I just want to just let me just see if I can encapsulate it for a minute. We have not been shy to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. We have gone through the pain of people that are listening to the show right now. We have touched upon the fire of illness. We have touched upon the flame of divorce and breakups. We have talked about this pothole, or how should I say it, this place of almost there, but not there. And now all of that energy has been transmuted. Tell me about how that feels for you.
Oh, well, first of all, it's much lighter, and literally colors are brighter. Anyone who's crossed the threshold from 4D to 5D plus, it's a wonderful place to be. We still have our challenges, and we will always have our challenges. The difference is now I have the energy, and my clients have the energy to meet those challenges without being so overwhelmed and just thrown off of kilter. So no matter what is getting thrown at me, and no matter what is get throwing at my clients, and no matter what the two of us have gotten thrown at us when we're in these big business deals together in the pro exec program, we can handle it. And instead of like experiencing this life altering like feelings of betrayal or the pit of despair or some of those, that roller coaster of emotions that we've been on since 2011, 2012, if you will, it's like, okay, no, we've got this. Let's take a step. Let's regroup. Let's reconnect with our spiritual guides, integrate what we've learned, ask for some more divine guidance, then get back in the game and go the next step. And this is such a better way to live. I'm so excited. It's actually better than anything I could have even imagined. I couldn't have made this up.
You can't make it up. And I was reading something this morning, it became a little affirmation for me. I read it in terms of the planetary movement, and I read it in terms of today. And, people get so bent out of shape about retrograde things, right?
Yes, right.
Jupiter in retrograde. And by the way, Jupiter in 2021, if you haven't figured it out, this is the year of expansion and growth and manifestation, right? It doesn't matter what you sign. It's going to affect us differently, but it doesn't matter. So when Jupiter went into retrograde, I got more email. I got more emails from people like, "Oh, that's just going to ruin your year." So let's just take a few affirmations in for a moment. Auspicious results. Auspicious results. This is about, and please be aware of this, everybody. This is what Jennifer's calling in, and she's going to give you some we're going to give you real life examples of stuff and how quickly things can manifest for you if you are ready to join the movement. Today, we're inviting you to join the movement. You're going to hear more about the movement in weeks to come, but we want to help you, and we can't help you if we're not there to help you rise up, to praise or raise you when you're not praising or raising yourself. But here's what we're going to take in for a little bit of today. You ready, everybody? There will be a self-confidence in the way you are working. Just hold that, everybody. Jennifer, right? You seen it in yourself?
Holding it.
Self-confidence in the way of working.
Absolutely.
Malia, Jamie, Jacob, Olivia, Edvin. These people have been here 5 days, and what they have done in 5 days.
Oh.
Jacob, the teacher, Edvin, Olivia, you saw what Jamie and Malia did over the weekend, and they did that in like 2 days. So hold the self-confidence for everybody. Can you feel it? Can everybody feel it? Are you ready for this now? Chances, I love this, chances of getting success in your endeavors. I want you to talk to that one.
Oh, so much a part of what we've been talking about and last few radio shows have been about letting go of anything that no longer serves us. The lower 3D is completely gone. If you're in 3D, you're not on this program. You're just not tuned in. Okay, you're looking at something else, but it's not us. It's not Transformation Talk Radio. And if you're in the mid to high 4 density, or you've already crossed over to 5 density plus, you'll know this, that it was all about letting go of what no longer serves us and what we were ready to let go of, even if it was painful, even if it was difficult, even if it was heartbreaking. Because what did that do? It created a sacred space for 5D plus people, situations, opportunity, the new quantum financial system to flow in and manifest down here on the physical plane with us. And that's the chance that you take when you step forward with courage to have the courage to let go of what you know deep in your heart no longer serves you, that relationship, that job, that love interest, even an unhealthy relationship with a loved one or even immediate family members. It's a chance you take when you let go, and it's a risk, okay? But then, holy cow, once you cross the threshold of 5D and 5D plus, all of those chances are worth it, and all of the new high vibration opportunities, The love comes in, the opportunities, the success, and my favorite, financial flow. I'm just
Yeah.
going to say it. Healing energy, healing of the finances, baby. Healing of the finances.
And I want to talk about something in the context of this, because a lot of times people ask me, Jennifer, what is the first thing you want me to do, Pat? Like from a coaching point of view, I will work with people. I work with you. I've worked with pretty much every one of our hosts, pretty much every host that's ever been here. But they always ask me, how are we going to begin? And I have an interesting way to begin. And when I start with folks, right, it's hard to imagine that that work that we start turns out and turns into what I'm about to read. You ready for it?
Ready.
We start the process, but you have to be confident in yourself. And this is a message, and Jennifer and I are going to create this movement for you to plug into, because why? We know what it's like not to have confidence. We know what it's like. So everybody ready? You may have chances of getting success in your endeavors. You ready? These chances of growth for your business, literally, I'm reading the words, network. All your colleagues, all your people will support you in difficult decisions in business. You may even get to take a bunch of trips. Why am I reading this? Because when we started the year, I want to talk about how Burn Bright Today has turned into a Burn Bright Today, Burn Brighter Tomorrow movement.
Mm-hmm.
And the movement is because you're looking at Jennifer Marcinelli, which we don't talk about much, right? And I'm just going to say a bunch of things. MBA, BSN, RN, HBSC, HN, you'll find out what those mean. That doesn't mean anything for you. She is the optimum wealth and wellness expert, creator of the Accelerated Pro Exec platform, Burn Bright Today. So here's what I want to say to everybody out there. What I'm about to read to you is the way you step into this. And I want to ask all of you to do the following. Take yourself out a paper, something digital, it doesn't matter, and own your life. Own it. Because when you own it, what you will see is you are the pro exec leadership mastery mentor, executive wellness, and wealth coach. When you own it, you will find that you are quantum operations in RUO sales, clinical trials. You've worked and gotten FDA approval. You then look and you say, I'm a global holistic high performance wellness EAP and burnout expert. That's Jennifer Marcinelli, Jennifer J. Then you take a look and say, wait a minute, I did commercial development, director. I was a director of clinical implementation of cutting edge scientific technology, best-selling author, keynote speaker, international radio host. But then you're not done, because you've forgotten some of the things you did earlier. You've forgotten some of the jobs you might have had.
Yeah.
You've forgotten that working your way to whatever you're working your way towards, you have done other things. FDA approval, class 3 with 510K clearance, a real solution, real problems. And today, you now sit with a new launch, a new movement, an accelerated platform, a Burn Brighter Tomorrow platform. You're now sitting in a place where you are the expert to go into organizations, because all of your life, what you have done is help people heal, help people excel. All of your life, you've been Jennifer Marcinelli and you've done this, but you didn't know that COVID-19 would bend people into pretzels. You didn't know that organizations would be turned upside down. You didn't know that you would be the one that could come in and work with high performance executive and teams and know what's underneath them that's holding them back. See, this is why we're calling it a movement, everyone, because we didn't know what we didn't know about what you're experiencing in your life today. And today we want to clear the energy, right?
Yes, we do. First order of business.
Look, wellness, in your words, is not valued till burnout shows up. The World Health Organization estimated that depression and anxiety cost the global economy $1 trillion per year in lost productivity. This is the latest report. The emotional toll from coronavirus pandemic will likely increase that cost in 2020 and 2021 exponentially. The question they ask is this: are you prepared enough to optimize your team, your individual, your life? Are you ready to optimize your day in performing and executing what you need to do and reduce burnout? And the answer is they're not. Sorry.
Well, they don't understand the root cause. How could they?
I mean, the answer is no.
The answer is no. We can't ask them to. How would they know? How would they be prepared for this? This is greater than a black swan event. Nobody was prepared for this. Nobody had ever, this is the first time in humanity it's ever happened, for goodness sake. Good God, let's cut everybody a break here. Right.
I mean, but think about it.
Yeah.
Did you think that your lifetime, and I just read a few of the things you've done.
Yeah.
Jamie and both
Yeah.
Malia are working on, finishing up, the new information and the new brand. Edvin is working on the video statement you just put out. We asked the question, and I've been asked, did you know you would end up here? Did you know? How did you know to expand, Pat? How did you know to build? I didn't know. I was just, how did you know? Like, how did I know? I don't know. How about you?
No, it's, I think it's Walt Whitman. I love this quote because I think it's Walt Whitman who says that writing a novel is like driving at night. You can't see past your headlights, but you drive the whole way there. That's what all of this was like. I had no idea. I mean, I had no idea that I was going to go be a court reporter in the Supreme Court of Trinidad and end up later using that particular skill and ability to be able to serve as a channel for the divine word from the highest levels of heaven in real time. Who knew? I had no idea. That's why I was guided to go to court reporting school and work for a court reporter for a very short period of time. Got what I needed, then went back into nursing, and the rest of the story. So it's like, I had no idea I'd be doing all this, sitting live on the radio, having communications with people's spiritual guides and the multiple very precious resources of heaven from all levels of heaven. Who knew? I had no way to know that. And thank goodness, because I would have been scared to death and I probably would have beat feet and done something safe. I don't know. It's probably way better that I didn't know, to tell you the truth. I would have worried about and twisted myself into a pretzel and said, what? You want me to do what? Oh, heck no. I'm out of here. But ignorance is bliss, baby.
Well, but here's what we're talking about today is when we step into that confidence statement I just read, it doesn't matter what you're doing, right? I mean, I was thinking about this weekend and, still putting the house together, finally getting a couple of rooms together, but it's how you go about it. And, I forget this lesson, Jennifer, because I studied this for a long time. I mean, I forget in the work that I do with you and others, I forget my own lessons. And the lesson that I forget most often is it isn't about the end result as much as it is at how you act and behave and how you hold yourself to get there, right?
Yes.
Isn't that the new level of integrity you're building in?
I know, absolutely. And it's complete alignment energetically with the golden age and the Aquarian age, because every thought, we are always creating. God made us literally in his image, means creator. We are divine beings. It is our divine birthright to create. We're creating everything in our outer environment every moment. So every thought, every word, every deed is creating, and everything we put out comes back to us. So you are exactly right. This is why now, to make the move to 5D plus and to be able to stay in 5D plus, we have to get so completely grounded in our own personal integrity and our own personal spirituality that we can't be rocked off of it, no matter what anybody, what else chaos is going around us, and no matter what anybody tries to get in, disruptors try to get in to make us do. We got to be so grounded that we remain in our creative ability, connected to the divine, and then we can take our next steps one after another, and then we literally create this incredible life that we're living now in 5D plus. And this is a miracle beyond miracles. It really is.
And let me just ask you about this. Let's come back from break, because when we come back from break, I want to talk to you about this planetary movement. I want to talk to you about how the convergence is happening. And I want to talk to you about when you say auspicious results, they're really positive when you're talking about astrology.
Yes.
You don't want to read the one that says you're going to get mixed results. That's not the one you want. Like I looked at my Capricorn, it's like, you're going to get mixed results. And I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to mix that result myself. You ain't not going to mix it. When we come back, I want to talk about the 5-dimensional layers of trust, how it shows up at the bigger picture, but also how it shows up in day to day. Because you and I have real life examples. I mean, I have the example of our expansion, even in our office space. You have an example. It's hard to put words around it.
Yeah.
When we come back, Jennifer Marcinelli, we are going to take a short break. Burn bright today, burn brighter tomorrow. Jennifer J. and I will be right back in a hot second. Stay tuned. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back. It's so great to have you on the Burn Bright Today show. I get to do the show with Jennifer Marcinelli. I'm Dr. Pat. Jennifer, look, we're talking about blessings of burnout. Time for double new beginnings. This is really incredible. We were talking in the first segment about energy update, double new beginnings, all of the above. But now we're talking about how this energy gets created and shifted and transmuted into financial wealth, into whether or not you feel like you're the princess bride, as you would say, trapped in the pit of despair, or can you feel yourself busting out all over, right? I'm busting out. Is that Diana Ross, Benny? I think that's Diana. What is that song she's doing? Busting out? Yeah.
I'm stepping out, I believe, isn't it?
Stepping out.
Yeah.
I like busting out. We're going with
I like stepping out and busting out. She's like stepping out and busting out. But let's talk about this, because before the break, I said, look, we've had divine preparation.
Yes.
Some of us, it's been years. Some of us, we've had to take this faith walk. And I remember let me just say who he is. John Holland came on my show a lot of years ago. And I remember him giving me this. He said, you're really going to bust out in 9 years. Now, your worst nightmare is when somebody, I don't care who it is, says, you're going to bust out in 9 years, because you want to bust out in 9 minutes. But he wasn't saying we weren't going to achieve things, right? What he was saying was something much bigger. So let's talk about the fact it doesn't matter what you read today in your astrology. We have to trust in our preparation,
Yes.
right? But we have to do the divine preparation, but we have to trust ourselves enough to get into activation of stuff in the real world. Tell us about how that's been working for you.
Oh my goodness. So talk about trust and busting out, and talk about having to act. Last week, I'll just start with last week and then kind of back into my refresh everybody on my story. Last week we had Saturn, which rules time, and it rules karma, square to Neptune, the ruler of the underworld. Okay. And excuse me, Uranus, which will make action happen. And yesterday, in a very big way, tensions were crazy in my life. You and I were working around the clock. You hired new people. We had to hire staff to handle this big contract that's coming in. And it's to really keep up with this expansion that's coming. And talk about owning your life. All right. Owning it, owning every bit, taking full responsibility for every aspect of everything we've ever created. And, if anybody had ever told me that in the last 3 years that I would go from high 6 figures to low 4 figures, money to my name, we're talking about, sued for, 7 figures by somebody very close to me. Okay, very unexpected, radical downsizing into a 1-room extended stay hotel for almost 2 years, and adopting, my puppy and my 2 kitties, reincarnating so quickly, and having my little family in a hotel room, to go through all of that while keeping the company, doing the rebrand, doing the relaunch, keeping my licensure, going through all of the legal battles, very, very unexpected legal battles of the divorce that everybody knows was really ugly, to where I am now, having to hire staff to bring to close, to be working with investors that manage the wealth of the ultra wealthy, including heads of state and celebrities, closing a big multi-million-dollar business deal on behalf of my client and on behalf of my own company. I would never have imagined it. So I have lived the Kevin Costner in the Field of Dreams story on steroids. And what, to me, the Kevin Costner in the Field of Dreams story is really the hero's journey you've heard me talk about that we're all on.
Yeah.
And for me, it is exactly what you said. It is about trust. It is about trusting the divine, but most importantly, trusting yourself that what
Yeah.
you are being guided to do is correct for you, even if nobody else understands, even if they try to take you down for it, even if it doesn't match any other's path. You have to trust what you get from the divine and trust yourself to execute. And then get everybody out who can't go with you and surround yourself with people that are like-minded, like-hearted, like-spirited at your level or higher, who love accelerating results and moving forward and serving the greater good. That, for me, it all boils down to trust. It really does.
All right. I need to take a short break because we need to take that in. We have to take this in now. We have to take this in. This is an energy. Got it? When we come back, we're going to go right to the end, but we're going to go through the detail of this. But I want everybody to take it in. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
Hey, Burn Brighters, it's Jennifer J with Dr. Pat riding shotgun with me. So you've just heard my story about what's going on with my personal story becoming the pro exec of my life of wealth and wellness, right? Quantum wealth and wellness. And I would like to take this opportunity to provide you with a spiritual exercise that you might want to try. Because one of the first things that you really have to know about getting the new quantum financial system to come in and getting your dream, okay, to manifest down here on the physical, is that one of the things that must be done is we've got to raise our vibration, and each of us is responsible for raising our own vibration, okay? Nobody can do it for us. But if you are, for example, perhaps your new wealth hasn't come in yet, okay? Perhaps you are feeling like Princess Bride trapped in the pit of despair, or perhaps you're feeling trapped between the Scylla and Charybdis of, Sting's movement back in the 1980s. If you are in your finances aren't where they want them to be, or if it's a set of stress, or even if you're experiencing even feelings of sadness or depression or hopelessness, it's okay. And we're going to go there for just a moment because I'm going to provide a spiritual exercise that you can use. And I want to invite you to use this because anytime soul is naturally joyful, we should feel joyful and have a nice contentment about us and our own inner peace. But if we suddenly are rocking and rolling along and we are feeling sadness or depression or hopelessness, that is a classic sign of entity contamination. It's also, by the way, as everybody on the planet now knows, hello, disclosure is out and about. We all know that, yes, extraterrestrials have been with us for quite some time, and our government's been engaged with lots of contracts with them since, 1954 with President Eisenhower. Now all of that's being declassified. So cat's out of the bag, okay? Now, here's the deal. Some of the things that you have to know, especially related to your finances, is that the negative lower vibration energy that has gotten trapped in our finances has to be cleared, okay? This does not have to be a big deal, does not have to be Hollywood. And I actually really encourage you to have fun with it. So if you are clearing entities, that's negative energy with a consciousness, or even some negative ET influences into your finances, I'm going to demonstrate for you a spiritual exercise for you to try. Now, I also, number one, a couple of things, caution you, anytime you do any type of work like this, you're doing only your side of the relationship. You're not putting this on another person or situation. Be very, very self-disciplined about that, because you don't want to break the spiritual law of non-interference, and you don't want any energy going out that's going to come back. So you're going to clear your side of the street is what we're doing. Okay. And number two, the more fun that you can have this and use your own creative abilities, the more effective it will be. Okay. So if you missed the special solstice message that went out, I'm going to demonstrate another version of it for you here. First, take a few moments, sing the hue, get yourself spiritualized. Then call in your spiritual team, whomever it is that you work with, and invite them to assist you to help clear the negative energies of your finances. And here's an example of how this spiritual exercise goes. I, Jennifer J. Grieve Marcinelli, do hereby declare, I am a sovereign being. I am soul. I am a spark of God. I am a divine being, and I am divinely protected. I do hereby declare that any and all low vibration energy, negative, any type of entity contamination, any type of negative ET influence must leave. At this time, you must leave my body, my being, all of my relationships. You must now leave my finances in every shape, way, and form. You must leave my checking account, my savings account, my retirement account, my 401k. You must leave my business dealings, my client relationships. You must leave my bookkeeping system. You must leave any type of financial agreement or commitment that I have ever made or anyone has ever made to me. You must also leave any local, national, or global political figure, public head of state, or celebrities that are interfering with me or impacting me in any way, shape, or form. I, Jennifer J. Grieve Marcinelli, am a divine being. I am a sovereign being. And every, any, and all low vibration, negative entity, negative ET influences must leave at this time. I am invoking the spiritual law of non-interference. Gratitude to you. Thank you for everything that you have taught me. Thank you for doing your part in helping me get through the ascension process to 5D plus. Please go in peace on to your next mission, fully, completely, and permanently, in every body, in every plane, in every universe, across all time, above all time, and in every dimension. It is so. It is effective immediately. May the blessings be. Thank you, everyone. And Pat, if you'll come off mute.
We'll have to
really
do this.
like you to weigh in. Thank you.
And I want to say, you need to give this a moment, because I want everybody to get ready. I want to get ready. I want everyone to get ready to receive. We have heard about the laws of the universe. We've heard about our ability to receive, but we're in now a place where both Jennifer and I are going to remind everybody of this, because it's available to us. And, maybe you're not looking at where we're sitting right here today. Maybe you're where I was earlier in my life. Maybe you're thinking to yourself, I just need food on the table. I need something for my kids. This is pretty funny. I'm doing a training on Thursday with the sales team. And you've done sales. So I have to talk to you about sales.
Like 25 years. Yeah.
So sales has gotten a really dirty name. So yes. I want to just say the way we approach things. We don't call it sales. I'm using sales so that people know what I'm going to talk about. We have conscious conversations with people that really want to do good things in the world. I don't care what it is. We will talk to people from every country around the planet. We will talk about what do you want to do good in the world and can we help you? But I realized something. You said it earlier in the show. This is a time for real people, real problems, and real solutions. This is this time. Not airy fairy. Yes, it's great to have a vision. Take Michael Beckwith's Visioning CD, one of the bests on the planet, changed my life. Then if that doesn't work, you can go to Jennifer and you could say it's not working. Because what Jennifer is going to do, she's going to start dissecting all of the things that's in you that's in the way. But here's the thing, we need new innovative ways. Einstein said, you're not going to solve the problem at the level it's created. You're not solving the problem at the level it's created. You're taking every single thing you have learned, whether it's diamond and gemstone therapy, whether it's your experiences in RN, whether it's your experience in corporate with FDA scientifically approved methodologies, new breakthroughs. You're taking everything and you're saying, this is what we need now. We need a holistic, right? Badass boardroom approach. That's what we need.
do. Yes, we do.
It's different. So with my sales team, it's funny. I decided not to train them on, I decided to go back and say, I'm going to teach you that everything I learned about business, I learned selling hot dogs from a hot dog cart. So what I'm going to work with them on is what I learned. Everything from Luigi's gotta be $2,000 shoes that he'd show up with at the hot dog cart. I could see his brown suit to this day with the silk tie. I could see it to this day. But we have to break things down now to practical ways. Because the hardest thing to do is to start to get somebody to shift at their greatest pain point.
Yes.
We need to be more creative. How are you looking at that for the solutions you're providing in the world?
Oh, well, so first of all, it really, it takes a comprehensive review of the energy field to see, first of all, where are we even starting? We've got to know what's our starting point. Where is a client? What's going on in their life today? Then I have to meet them there, wherever that is. And then ask for the energy field and ask the divine guides, what's the first step? What is the highest priority for this session right now for this client to take one step forward in health, wellness, and prosperity? And then follow through, provide the protocols, provide what needs to be repaired, cleared, replaced, upgraded, and the teaching and education with the client so that they know then they can go out and implement it starting that day. So we take a step, we implement, then we regroup, review what we've gotten, reflect, reach for more divine guidance, and then go and take another step. And every client is different. Every corporation that I work with is different. Every corporate contract I've ever had is very, very unique. Each company has a consciousness. It has its own experiences. So we have to go in with each corporation and really look at that particular company's, their history, their experiences, their karma. Even companies have karma, right? We've got to look at all of that. And then step by step by step by step. Don't skip steps because that just gets us in more trouble. Don't rush through the pain, right? And walk through that journey together until we come out on the other side.
You know, one of the things that also I want to talk about is being willing to serve. And I want to talk about the energy of this, if you and I could, for a hot second. A lot of times when we are in the process of business, and this is my past corporate life, there's a part of us that forgets we're here to serve. And we're not here to serve each other. We're here to serve a higher purpose.
Right.
And we forget that. Sometimes our clients ask for help. Our answer has to be yes. But if you're in the business of money only, that's not your answer. You're not really
Correct.
wanting to help. There's a
Correct.
new energy that's here now. It's an
Correct.
energy that says, if you are of service, you will get paid well. But if you are fear for money or lack for having not enough, you're going to get more of that. And I've had that and I don't
Yes.
like it.
It's to use a very scientific term, ucky, yucky, icky. And might I also just piggyback on that a little bit,
Sure.
because if you're of service for the greater good of all concerned, and you are following your truth that brings you pleasure, inspiration, and fulfillment, that heals you by creating a spiritual bridge, which creates inner harmony and happiness. And once you're there, the new quantum financial system, the wealth can flow, because the new energies in the new consciousness 5D plus, the anger, the rage, the greed, the lust, the attachment, if you're you're a tar baby stuck to the 5 passions, you're going to have a really difficult time manifesting wealth, manifesting prosperity by the meaning of the word. Okay. So you're exactly right. We have to take that responsibility and then go through each step to get there and to stay there. But you're exactly right. I was in sales 25 years. I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. I have worked for companies that lost sight of patient care, and where it became all about, delivering to stockholders. That's an important step, but you've got to be doing everything with integrity, every step with integrity, or let me tell you, the energies are going to let you know it in a big way, and it's going to come around really fast, chances are.
I think what we're doing today, and I want to kind of circle back, because there's a reason you and I wanted to talk to folks today. And what we wanted to do is say, blessings of burnout, time for double new beginnings. Let's jump to the quantum financial flow of double new beginnings, because that's really what we want to invite people to. What I love about this is it is really non-judgmental, and it is really up to you. Double new beginnings. We're not saying double new beginnings at $5 million. Double new beginnings means maybe you pay your light bill double. But this is an energy. It's not about the dollar. It's about the energy. Tell us about the energy now that we've cleared out. Tell us about the Jennifer J energy you're bringing in, and how people can work with you. Companies are just flocking to work with you. How they can work with you to double.
Oh, well, I think first of all, the first thing we have to understand about the energy, everything is made of energy. Everybody knows this. I've been saying it for years. Okay. Money is energy. It is a vibratory rate. Okay. What happened once we passed in December 21st with the grand stellium, with Saturn and Jupiter coming in and the launching of the Aquarian Age, is the vibratory rate of the new money for the Aquarian Age raised. So the money today of the quantum financial system is a much higher level of consciousness. So it's an energetic vibration. So our body and our being and our homes and our companies have to match that level of consciousness and that level of frequency, so that the money can flow back and forth to you and your company and between light workers. But it has to flow at that vibratory and consciousness rate. And that's where I love to serve, because number one, I've been there. I've been in the old energy. I've been addicted to the old energy of money. And now there is no more addiction. There is no attachment. It flows freely in and out. And you're right. It didn't start with a multi-million-dollar contract. Let me tell you that. It started with very, very small clients coming with very small packages. And sometimes the flow was a trickle, just enough to keep paying just enough to keep food on my table, pet food, pet bills, basic living here. Okay. We did not start at a multi-million-dollar contract. So let me make that straight clear. But you have to welcome in that new energy, just enough to pay your bills even. And with gratitude, receive it with gratitude, get really comfortable with that energy, and then aligning all of your thoughts, words, and deeds, all of your business plans with that integrity. And that financial flow is going to flow to and from you.
Well, look, today is the day where you and I, over the weekend and in the weeks before, what we realized is that you and I getting ourselves aligned and getting our team aligned, that's one thing.
Yes.
But we talk to people every day. We hear their pain. I work with women every day. I hear it. And, sometimes we go into our meditation, Jennifer, and what happens is we get the message, ladies, you have the tools to help people.
Yes.
My uncle would say, Patricia, what are you doing? Nothing. You got to do more. That's why we're doing this show today, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's why we're riding together, hand in hand, arm in arm. Yep. Lady leadership, folks. This is where it's at. Lady leadership. Balance of the sacred masculine and the divine feminine. You can lead, you can be powerful, and you can be a lady. It's beautiful, and it's so much more fun.
And by the way, it's all about understanding how to stand tall, as I said earlier, in just exquisite confidence. Jennifer, thank you for today. How can people find out more about you, and what's your personal message? What do you want to leave us with today?
Yeah, so come on over to my brand new website. We'll be launching in just days, burnbrighttoday.com. And if you're looking to book a session, or if you're looking for private one-on-one help, call me at the 1-800 number on the website, Burn Bright Today. And here's what I would say, folks. This is your time to shine. You've busted your burnout. The sun is now shining on your individual truth. Stand in your truth, stand in your self-worth, come from love, and everything really is going to work out just fine. It's true. That is a universal truth.
I love it. And please do this. You're going to hear more about this, but get ready to join the Burn Bright Today, Burn Brighter Tomorrow movement. This is really about accelerating whatever dreams you think you may not have anymore, whatever dreams you're holding on to. This is really about us reaching out to all of you, and you're going to find out how you can join us moving forward. But today was the day, the first day of a new summer. Today is the day where planets are lining up for you. It doesn't matter what your chart says or your astrology chart says. This is the day you get to create the rest of your life. Jennifer, thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here. Love everyone. See you next month.
And everybody out there, I just want to say, Olivia, thank you. Benny, thank you. Everybody else pushing all the buttons, thank you. And by the way, another hour coming up on the Dr. Pat Show and TTR.
Thanks for listening to the Burn Bright Today podcast on Transformation Talk Radio with Jennifer Marcinelli. A holistic healing revolution and a life you love is within your grasp. Catch all of the previous episodes and find out more about Burn Bright Today at burnbrighttoday.com.